Time-based mapping is a powerful analytical technique rooted in lean thinking that helps organizations visualize, measure, and understand the flow of time throughout an entire process, from the moment a customer need or request enters the system to the point where that need is fully delivered. Unlike traditional process mapping, which focuses primarily on the sequence of tasks, time-based mapping adds a critical time dimension that makes hidden inefficiencies, delays, and waste within the workflow more visible and actionable. This makes it an essential tool for any team or organization striving to improve efficiency, reduce cycle times, and deliver higher value faster. At the heart of time-based mapping are two key metrics: process time and wait time. Process time refers to the actual time it takes to perform a task or activity, such as writing code, designing a UI, testing a feature, or reviewing content. Wait time, on the other hand, represents the idle time between those tasks, when work is sitting untouched in a queue, waiting for approvals, clarification, resources, or handoffs between departments. By measuring both, teams can create a visual timeline that exposes the true pace of work, highlighting how much time is spent adding value versus how much is consumed by non-value-adding delays. Once the process and wait times for each activity are collected, these are typically laid out on a time-based process chart or timeline visualization, often in the form of a bar chart or a swim lane diagram. This timeline offers a clear visual representation of the end-to-end process. The total time on the chart represents the lead time, the complete duration from the initial request to final delivery, while the cumulative process time represents the cycle time, the total time spent actively working. The ratio of cycle time to lead time gives the flow efficiency. For example, if a process has a lead time of 20 days and only 4 days of that are spent doing actual work, the flow efficiency is 20%, meaning 80% of the time is likely wasted in non-value-adding activities. In Agile and DevOps environments, time-based mapping is especially useful because it aligns with the principle of maximizing the delivery of valuable working software quickly and sustainably. For example, a Scrum team might notice that while developers complete their work in 2 days, tasks remain in the ready for test or in review columns for an additional 5 days. This insight can lead to team discussions about automating parts of the QA process, redefining roles to allow for quicker reviews, or removing unnecessary approval gates. Over time, such improvements can significantly reduce sprint lead times, enabling more frequent and predictable delivery of value. Time-based mapping can also reveal systemic issues beyond the team level. In large organizations or in frameworks like SAFe, delays often occur not just within the team's control, but in upstream processes such as funding approvals, portfolio prioritization, compliance checks, or legal reviews. By applying time-based mapping across entire value streams, leaders can identify friction points that slow down end-to-end flow and take action to redesign the system. This may include decentralizing decision-making, organizing around value, or rethinking governance models, all of which are core lean agile principles. Moreover, time-based mapping supports data-driven retrospectives, value stream optimization, workflow simplification, and cross-team alignment. It helps stakeholders avoid relying on gut feelings and instead base decisions on concrete data about how time is actually spent. This transparency fosters a culture of continuous improvement, where everyone from individual contributors to executives can participate in identifying and removing waste, enabling faster, smoother, and more predictable delivery pipelines. In summary, time-based mapping is more than just a visualization tool. It is a strategic lens through which teams and organizations can examine their delivery pipelines with precision. It transforms the abstract concept of time into tangible data that reveals where effort is being spent and where value is being delayed. Whether you're a Scrum team trying to optimize your sprint flow or an enterprise leader looking to improve time to market across multiple portfolios, time-based mapping is a foundational practice that enables measurable, meaningful change.